Are you tired of putting so much money into this game and getting absolutely nothing you wanted? Head on over to MrMuckCoin.com and use code GS for 15% off all your purchases, which include player training coins and more. Link is in the description. What's going on, guys? GS here. Welcome back to another Madden 20 video. Hopefully you guys are doing fantastic. So today we are going to showcase you the most broken ability, the most overpowered thing in this game that I don't think a lot of people are talking about. Like, they might be talking about it, but they're not talking about it. And of course, I'm talking about Nasty Streak. Joe Thomas is able to get Nasty Streak. And the reason why it's so OP for someone like Joe Thomas, now mind you, Gene Upshaw, Travis Frederick, these guys can get Nasty Streak. But Thomas is a tackle, and he is eligible to be put at tight end. And the reason why that is so special is because you can obviously motion out a tight end, far outside, and allow the Nasty Streak to do his thing. Now, Nasty Streak is dominant impact blocks versus anyone in the secondary, versus linebackers, DBs, and safeties. Doesn't do it against defensive linemen, but if he gets his hands on a safety, on a corner, on a linebacker, it's almost a guaranteed insta pancake. There's no type of defensive ability to prevent this. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can put on your Jamal Adams. There's nothing you can put on your Tillman. There's nothing you can put on anyone to stop this. And you're just going to see how wild it is. So if you guys took a look at my defensive lineup and my abilities, I went with all pass coverage, which means one thing. I'm going to be good against the pass, right? But if my opponent runs the ball, I'm going to be in trouble. No secure tacklers, no unfakables. And I take a look, and he has Bo Jackson, meaning I don't have a single player on the field that could prevent a bruiser stiff arm. So we might be in trouble. Hopefully we can just bottle him up, and he's coming out in pistol bunch, and I'm very familiar with the formation, right? I run it very heavily. And he runs the same passing play pretty much all the time. That's his stock passing play, the wheel route. So he caught me off guard there. It's like, okay, the inside wheel with the trail route and the smoke screen. I see you. I like that play, myself. So coming out, he's passing the ball right there. For that possibly should have been an interception. But on third down right here, 3rd and 10, we're going to go on ahead and force an incompletion. I made the adjustment, put an outside quarter there. He still threw it, 2 people there, and we get an incomplete pass. We'll take it. We held him to 3, and it's like, okay, as long as so this drive, he's very pass happy. So we'll take that, right? Because we have our defense set up for the pass. Now take a look. We motion him out to the left, and just boom. He's just going to do that every single time. Just boom, twice. The same guy twice. There's nothing he can do about it. There's absolutely nothing he can do about it. Now the only counter to this, and even though there is no ability that can counter it, the only thing he can possibly do is grabbing that outside guy and moving him so far inside to avoid any type of interaction. But that means you're just leaving him so uncovered that I could just potentially throw to him. Now, mind you, he's an offensive lineman, but if you're just going to leave him so wide open, then he's going to catch the ball, So you can't do it too much, because then you're just going to have to deal with the possibility of me passing. And I felt like I should have had 2 picks that back-to-back plays right there. But here he goes running the ball. And again, no abilities to stop this whatsoever. Not one. No secure tacklers, nothing. Nathan. Usually I try to, I know going into a game, if I'm going to have 3 guys active on my corners, most of the time, everyone is going to have at least 1 running back active. At least 1. Some people go 2, and I do it, a lot myself. He goes for it on 4th down, and we end up stopping him. Right here, again, just auto pancaked on the left side. And it's just, if he touches you, you're done. You're right there on the right side. He clears out the right side very easily for me. And again, it's so unstoppable. Look at this. I slow it down. He gets a pancake on the left. That's one guy, right? I hit the outside because it's clearly empty. He gets the safety. He knocks him down. Then he goes for Tillman, and he gets the 3-piece. He gets the 3 pancakes on the same play, and there is nothing you can do about it. You can look at your abilities. The out my way isn't going to work. Lumberjack isn't going to work. Inside zone stuff, none of that stuff is going to work. If he touches you, you're going to go down. You are going to go down. Now, out my way would be helpful if it allowed that to be on offensive linemen. The out my way is only eligible for wide receivers, running backs, and tight ends, not offensive linemen. So it doesn't matter what you put on your guys. If Joe Thomas touches you, more than likely you're going to go down. Now, speaking of going down, now he figured out that he's just going to run the ball. The very first 2 drives, he was passing a lot, and we were stopping his passes, and now he's running the ball. And that's my biggest fear with this defensive setup that I have, is that I don't have anything to stop the run ability-wise. I just got to hope we catch him in the backfield. Don't let him hit the outside because there's nothing I can do to stop it. So we haven't even attempted a pass yet, and we're still just motioning him out to the side, still running the ball. And Joe Thomas is still just nailing guys to the floor. And again, there's just absolutely, positively nothing that these guys, can do. And I got to run weak side every once in a while. Can't let them get too overcommitted to the strong side. So, we're going to motion him out and run weak side. But as you guys can see, he knocked down one guy. Went to go get another, but he kind of swerved around him. But this is so wild. Now, if I don't motion him out, you see, like right here, we're going to motion this guy to the right. And I left him. I didn't motion him outside, and he still gets a pancake. He gets 2 pancakes right there. The only thing is that when I don't motion him out, as he gets another 2 pancakes right there, 2 of them, is that when I don't motion him out, he doesn't get the pancake as often as if I motion him out. When I motion him out, whoever's outside there is done. I want to say a decent amount of time. As you can take a look, he has 12 pancakes up to this point. If I don't motion him out on the run, he can still get outside. Right? I have sprinter on him. Right? So he gets a little quicker, and he can get out there. But for the most part, he's going to pick up a linebacker when I don't motion him out to the side. And when he picks up a linebacker, it's probably less than 50-50, maybe like a 40-60% on 40% of him pancaking someone, 60% of him not. Most of the time, he's not going to pancake something. He'll engage with a linebacker, but he just doesn't really pancake them. But when I motion him out, he is going to knock someone down almost guaranteed. Anytime he touches a corner safety, he's going to knock them down. And he's just driving at will my opponent because I don't have anyone to stop the run. And I'm shook. He's running the ball, and he's just knocking me down with armbar. The same way he doesn't have any ability to stop Joe Thomas, I don't have any ability to stop any type of bruiser stiff arm. He's just knocking me down at will. And this is where I wish I just had Pat Tillman. Like one Patrick Tillman, as we throw a laser with the sheriff, with Peyton Manning over the middle. One Tillman, and his wild day of him running loose literally doesn't happen. Literally goes away because you can't stiff arm someone with Tackle Supreme. And I would just, user him on over the top, crash down, click off, right? Because that's what you got to do, right? Because I sure as hell ain't getting hits. Like, I'm missing all of them. You see, like right there, I kind of over pursued. Bad angle by me after I was just shook. I don't know what to do. He knocked down my fellow squad mate, my fellow squadron. He knocked down my hombre, my guy. And I just watched the murder right in front of me. I don't want no, like, Palumalu's new to the team. I can't introduce him and automatically just get him punched in the face, and he ain't gonna want to play for me no more. So it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna need you to relax. Okay, Bo, you can have your run. Just go. I'll catch you from behind. You can't stiff arm me when I'm behind you because I can't stop it. There's nothing I can do, and I know this, and he knows this. So he's taking advantage of it. He's taking advantage of me having absolutely no type of run stopping abilities whatsoever. Because my goodness gracious, that man is just rolling through me. But so are we. You take a look, Joe Thomas just doing Joe Thomas like things. We're active with our running back. We get ball to start the second half, and we're still doing the same thing. We're motioning outside, and he's moving his guys. He's trying to protect the edge, but it just doesn't matter because Joe Thomas, as we end up fumbling right there, a very, very, very bad fumble by us, and he ends up scoring, puts him right back in the ball game. He goes for 2, and thankfully we stop him. So that right there was a good high point of it. But unfortunately, we end up fumbling on the kick return. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to hold our beat this time. That's what we're going to do. We're going to hold our beat and not fumble. So back again on offense we go. And like Joe Thomas didn't even touch him. He kind of he touched him right there. He kind of got like the little scoop to the side, which is kind of weird. And again, he just nails someone completely opens up that whole side. and this thing is so dominant that you will completely allow one side of the field. If he gets out there in time and touches someone, you can completely open up one side of the field. And what did I trip on there? Can someone help me on that? Like, Can someone tell me? I'm not sure what caused me to fall. But anyways, we end up scoring on the very ensuing few plays right here. And we actually spin, get in the end zone. So, yeah, this ability is wild. And, like, I got Gene Upshaw, right? And I put Nasty Streak on him. And I'm thinking, I'm just going to double Nasty Streak, folks. That's what I'm going to do. And it's tough because you can't put Gene Upshaw at tight end. So he's at, like, the end of the line. And it's very, very difficult for him to go out in front and actually get hands on a cornerback or linebacker. And when he does, most of the time, again, they engage with the linebackers. They don't really knock them down like that, as he catches me off guard with a good screenplay right here. So good call by him, and he just punches Palumalu in the face. Like, there's just nothing I can do about the armbar. There's literally nothing. Again, this is a game where it's just like, why does I need to have 3 corners? If I have Ray Lewis, Tillman, and Jamal Adams active, like, this whole scheme that he has is completely different. But that's the name of the game. I chose 3 abilities to stop the pass, and I came up against a runner who was running down my complete throat, and there's nothing I can do about it. But right there, Palumalu with the interception right there. And I tried to get sticky and run around, and it didn't work out for me, too. I should have just went down as soon as I caught it. But back again, we go with the run. Joe Thomas just completely bowling folks over, and it is wild, folks. It is wild. Now, again, if you go up against a very high level, player, not, no shots at my opponent, but you can just tell he just didn't know 2 people in one shot right there. Like, he literally knocked 2 people down in one animation. You can tell that he wasn't, like, he hasn't seen it, like, he just didn't know what to do. He had no idea what to do against this. And, like, if you did this against me, the exact same thing. I'm going to move my guys inside. I'm a motion, I'm going to have guys, prepared, hopefully prepared to, be close enough to prevent you from getting to the outside, but far enough from Joe Thomas to where I can't get pancaked. You can't leave someone above him. You can't, because if he touches them, they're dead. They're just like that. Boom. You see how he just threw me down to the ground? There was nothing I can do about it. Joe Thomas puts his hands on you, and you will be falling to the dirt, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. And it's wild. It's wild. Now, this isn't an ability I would recommend me. Like, I'm not gonna have this all the time. I like to do it for, like, fun. Like, if I run squads, I'll have it. It's fun, but you run into people that will neutralize it, and then you see, like, right there, he engaged with the linebacker, and he just doesn't get the pancake. It just doesn't work the same as if I motion him out. It's just completely different, as we throw a scorcher right over the middle. But this guy, Joe Thomas, had well over 20 pancakes. Look at him. It's crazy. It is crazy. Now, I don't know how many of you guys have faced someone doing this, but it's wild. It's wild. It is absolutely wild. And again, there's no, as far as I know, maybe there is, and I don't know about it. As far as I know, there's no ability that is going to prevent someone from not getting pancaked. And if there is that really worth? Like, you're not going to run into it enough to where you're so shook of it, like, oh snap, I need to have someone to prevent getting Nasty Streak. It's just not really worth it, because you're not going to run into it like that. Like, you run into a active running back almost every single game, which is why you should usually have at least one enforcer tackle supreme, or one enforcer, with the homemade tackle supreme with unfakeable insecure tackler. You usually need at least one variation of that, because you're going to face an active running back almost all the time. And if you're unprepared, like how I was this game with the 3 guys to stop the pass, and you just face someone who runs, and he just, there's over 500 rushing yards between the 2 of us. Over 500 between my opponent and I. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. This isn't something you're going to see me doing much. It is something that, I do to, like, have fun, or, for video, stuff like that. But, don't think I'm going to be out here pancaking folks every single game. Or, to me, it's just not worth it, because they're just going to move their guys inside once I motion him, and he's not going to be able to get hands on anyone. And then I have to just not motion him, and then the effect just goes down so much. And, I could just tell my opponent just, was caught off guard by it. Didn't really know what to do, and I'm sure next time if I played him and I did the same thing, he would shut it down. He would know what to do. But we take a look at not only Peyton Manning going for 6 because he's a goon, the sheriff. Take a look at the blocking. First of all, we take a look. We got over 500 rushing yards between my opponent and myself, which is, wow. We both had 19 attempts. And then we go to blocking, right? 25 pancakes. The most unstoppable, overpowered ability in this game. See you guys next time. Base.